You would just talk about your win tonight for us.
Well, it was a good win. Obviously, you have a lot of connections between the two schools, and A-Dub was a really good player at Marshall, played for a guy from Mullins named Greg White. And, that's my home turf. And, of course, Jansen, a 4-year starter. Unfortunately, didn't get to see Iron. I would love to have seen him. I love the kid. He's a superhuman being. So it's like, I guess it's like Mike and I. I rooted for Mike hard. When we played together, we played hard together. But when we went at each other, I was bound and determined I was going to win. I wasn't going to let him. So, it's a little bit like that. I think these kids, both sides, were determined to try to win the ball game. Fortunately for us, we had enough shots to come out on top.
Were you doing anything a little bit more different in the second half to kind of limit what they were able to do? It felt like the second half belonged to you a lot more than the first half.
Well, not really. We were switching up. I think we got better at it. It took a while because that's we played differently defensively than normal. We were switching everything and everybody had to be switched up. And they come real close together and then they'll separate on you. And sometimes you get confused whether I'm staying or whether we're switching. I think we got a little bit better as time went on. Plus, I think the first half they were shot 17, I believe, and made 3. That makes you start thinking a little bit. So I think they started thinking a little bit that they needed to get to the rim, get a little better shot. And of course, you got Obina back there, and we got some length. So it's hard to finish when we have that size back there.
Coach, was there a concentrated effort in the second half? Like once you got the ball, you guys were taking off and down the court in less than 5 seconds to get another shot off because you seemed to really wear them out towards the end
did not want to play 2 defenses. So we told them all week preparing for this game, we're going to be aggressive. When it gets through, we're going to the rim and we'll get a 3. We're either getting to the rim or we'll get a 3. And that's just something we worked on last couple of days. I had my little squiggly lines in all my plays. And I might as well left them home because against A-Dub, you don't get a chance to do that. And you know what? He's never out of a ball game. His team plays hard for him. He does a really good job. And we were just lucky to get enough baskets to come home with a victory.
Coach, talk about Darius George's performance tonight. Phenomenal first half and an overall phenomenal game. Talk about his performance.
Well, for him, because he's, as Tavion would tell you, he's the most athletic guy on the floor. And the floor is wide open, a lot of running, a lot of jumping, and he's the best at it. And he's going to always give you a high motor. And now the floor is open a little more because they're pressing and jumping and running. So it's a perfect game for him. And he came through and was huge because it was extremely important we got off well. And he's the guy that was the motor for that.
Coach, talk about the changes you had to make in the second half. Was that a lot because, you knew A.W. Hamilton, you kind of knew his style? And were you able to kind of figure out what he was going to do and you were able to kind of adjust to, his style of play?
A.W. is a lot like me. He comes with his style, and he's not tricking you. It's almost like the Green Bay Packers. Student body is before your time. Student body right, student body left. Everybody knew you're going to run it, and nobody could stop it. And that's kind of the way he plays. He concentrates on his style, and he tries to perfect it. And that's what I do. I concentrate on our style, and I try to perfect it. For this game, we did make one adjustment, and that is because he takes so many threes. We didn't want any rolls, any pick and rolls that they came down on our big, and our big was back, and they got a 3 off. So we were told them all week, you got to get up on the picks, and you got to switch up. Don't switch and have a gap between the pick and the ball. You got to switch up. So when he comes off, you got to move up into his shooting space. And I think we got better. We started out that way, but we got better as it went on. The first minute or two, boy, we didn't judge your speed because you can't manufacture that in the practice. And it took us 4 or 5 trips to start getting the speed that we had to do it in. Then I thought we got pretty decent. Had a few more breakdowns, but by and large, we did a pretty good job.
You talk about Andy's performance tonight: 18 points, 10 rebounds. So you got two players with double-double. I know you got to be happy about that.
Well, Andy's a super player, and like I said, he's a tough out, man. He's number one. He's a tough competitor, and he's fast. He's a lot more athletic than you think he is, and he can jump. I mean, he's just a good basketball player, and he can really pass. He really can be going full speed and still throw up a real soft lob right at the rim. And you know what? Her fans are going to be happy for a few years. He's going to give us a lot of entertainment. Is that it?